The following is transcribed.
Welcome to Condensed Bat-Supe, now with 66% fewer superheroes than our regular podcast, which makes Condensed Bat-Supe even less nutritious, but still just as delicious. We're featuring episodes of the adventures of Superman without the Caped Crusaders. Tie on your capes for lots of sneaking around, plenty of getting caught, and missing persons galore! In this edition of Condensed Bat-Supe, the man without a face once again has Bucky Taylor in his clutches. Can Superman find him before it's too late? Let's find out in Chapter 13 of The Man Without a Face, as originally broadcast on April 3rd, 1947.
Faster than a speeding bullet. More powerful than a locomotive. Able to leap tall buildings at a single bound. Look, up in the sky. It's a bird. It's a plane. It's Superman.
Kellogg's Pep. P-E-P, Pep. Kellogg's Pep, the Sunshine Cereal, presents
The Adventures of Superman. Today, when Superman learns that Lois Lane and Bucky Taylor have gone to investigate the hideout of the man without a face, he streaks to their rescue, only to find a dark and deserted house with no sign of any of them.
Hello there, gang. This is your pal Dan McCullough. Say, isn't it fun when you meet up with one of your pals to compare notes on your collections of comic buttons in that new series from packages of Kellogg's Pep? There's that business of showing how many that you've collected and trading duplicates to add to your collection. Now, here's how that works. Suppose you have 2 buttons with Superman on them, and your friend has 2 Beezy buttons. Well, you swap your extra Superman for his extra Beezy, sure, and you each have a different button for your collection. And these Pep comic buttons are so doggone smart-looking that, well, you're mighty proud to wear them on your jacket or your dress or cap. Now, here's how easy it is to collect them. You just ask Mom for some Kellogg's Pep. That's all. You don't have to send in any money, not even a box stop. And you can't buy them anywhere. But every time that you open a new package of Pep, there's your comic button inside. And is that a thrilling moment? And you get a thrill when Mom sets out a dish of Kellogg's Pep for breakfast, too. Because these toasted whole wheat flakes are so crisp and golden and so fresh, they make super delicious eating. Pep is called the Sunshine Cereal, you know. It's full up with a catchy sunshine flavor that just calls for more. So you ask Mom to get you some P-E-P, the Sunshine Cereal, Kellogg's Pep.
And now, the Adventures of Superman. Stymied in his efforts to trace the man without a face, whom he knows is plotting to wreck the World Peace Organization, Clark Kent was with a federal investigator when Lois Lane, his fellow Daily Planet reporter, received an important transatlantic phone call. It was from Herbert Calkins of Scotland Yard, who passed on a tip about a house in West Acres, a suburb of Metropolis. Lois left at once to investigate, accompanied by young Bucky Taylor, whose late father had first learned of the plot against the World Peace Organization. But as Lois and Bucky entered the dark grounds, closed in by tall, thick hedges which surround the mysterious house in West Acres, a low alarm sounded inside, where the man without a face sat with his henchmen. As we continue now, unaware that their presence on the grounds is known, Lois and Bucky move softly across the dark lawn toward the house. Listen.
Look, Miss Lane, do you think the man without a face is in that house?
Your guess is as good as mine, Bucky. All I know is that Mr. Calkins said he picked up a tip in Europe which led to this house, and... Wait a minute. Hold it, Bucky.
What's the matter?
I thought I heard something.
I don't hear anything.
No, I don't either now.
Well, maybe it was just a cat or something.
I hope that's all it was. Oh, Bucky, I think you ought to go back to the street and wait for me.
What? And leave you out here all alone? Nothing doing, Miss Lane.
Oh, well, come on. But for heaven's sake, be careful.
Oh, don't worry about me.
I am worried about you. It's too late to do anything about that now. Be quiet now. Here's the window.
Okay. Can you see into the room?
Yes. There's a man.
What's the matter, Miss Lane?
Look, Bucky. It's...
Holy smokes. A man without a face. He is here.
Yes. How awful.
Oh, golly, what do we do now?
Get out of here as fast as you can and call the police. Come on, hurry.
Here
they are!
Bucky, look out!
Hey!
Run, Bucky!
Don't you bother! You cannot get away! Martin, hold on! Help me bring them into the house!
You're still alive, eh, Bucky?
Isn't that pretty obvious, Mr. No-Face?
I can't understand it. How did you get away from the castle in France?
Very simple. I drank all the water you let into the room to drown me, and then I walked away. You see, nothing to it, Count von Luther.
What did you call me?
He knows who you are.
Quiet, Baxton. Tell me, boy, how did you learn my identity?
Don't tell him anything, Bucky.
I warn you, Miss Lane, don't interfere. Now look here, Bucky. You and I have had dealings together before. Therefore, you know it is painful to defy me. So answer me. How did you learn who I am?
Bucky, don't.
Don't worry, Miss Lane.
I warned you, Miss Lane.
I will call Martin. He will make this boy talk.
Yeah, that's what you think. Plenty of your Nazis worked on me before, in your rotten concentration camp. They couldn't make me talk then, and you can't make me talk now.
Good boy, Bucky. Now, you listen to me, Count von Luther, or Mr. Man Without a Face, or whatever you call yourself. The police are aware of where we are, and they'll be here any minute. So if you're smart, you'll untie us.
Police, you hear, Count?
Yes, I hear. But I do not believe her. Because if the police knew we were here, they would have come instead of this newspaper girl and the boy.
We're here because we got the tip first. But we called the police to follow us.
Sure, that's right.
If you will listen to me, Count.
No, Bergson. There is too much at stake here. The fruits of years of careful planning. I do not intend to be frightened out of my reward by the chatter of a newspaper girl and a boy.
But the police, if
the
they come...
police come, we will be warned by the signal device and the gate and hedges, and have time to escape by the underground passage. Is that not so?
Yeah, perhaps, but it will be very risky.
I have run worse risks than this, and I am prepared to run any risks in order to accomplish my mission, which is to destroy the World Peace Organization.
Gosh, Miss Lane.
Be quiet.
I realize all that, Count.
I know what I'm doing, Bergson. Now be quiet while I learn from these two what I must know.
Very well, Count.
Now, Miss Lane, I want you to tell me everything you and your newspaper know of me and my plans. How you learned of this house, everything.
That's all you want to know, huh?
This guy starts with the $64 question.
Your flippant attitude will get you nowhere. Talk.
Don't be silly.
Atta girl, Miss Lane.
Let me call Martin, Count.
Never mind, Bergson. I know something of human nature, and I believe I can persuade Miss Lane to speak very quickly. This way.
Jeepers, he's got a gun.
You can wave that gun at me all you want, Count.
You misunderstand, Miss Lane. I am not threatening your life. I am aiming this revolver at Bucky Taylor.
Oh.
Well, so what? If you think you can scare me, you've got another guess coming.
Now, Miss Lane, I will count to 3. If you do not begin speaking, and speaking the truth, before I reach 3, I will pull the trigger. Whatever happens to the boy then is your responsibility.
You wouldn't dare.
It's a grandstand play, Miss Lane.
If you know even half as much about the man without a face as I think you do, you know I would hesitate no more at shooting Bucky than a crow. Are you ready, Miss Lane? 1.
Don't let him get away with this, Miss Lane.
2.
Dear,
This is your last chance to save the boy's life, Miss Lane. 3.
No, wait a minute. Wait.
Don't, Miss Lane.
Yes, I'll talk.
I thought you would.
Oh, no.
We don't know just what you're planning to do, Count von Luther, except that you intend to wreck the World Peace Organization.
As Lois Lane, to save Bucky Taylor's life, tells the man without a face the few meager facts she has learned from Clark Kent, Editor Perry White, who has just returned to the Daily Planet to rejoin Kent, is growing worried over the prolonged absence of Lois Lane and Bucky Taylor. Kent is fretting as he nervously paces the floor.
Brady on the night desk said Lois and Bucky went out almost 2 hours ago, Chief, so if they just stepped out for dinner as we thought, they should have been back long ago.
I know, Kent. Look, you don't suppose they went to a movie, do you?
Oh, no. Lois was on pins and needles waiting to hear what the federal men and I found out about the man without a face tonight. She knew we had a lead, which, by the way, didn't work out.
Yes, I know. Oh, I suppose they're all right, but... wait a minute.
Where are you going?
I want to talk to Brady again. Oh, Brady. Hey, Brady. Come here a minute, will you, please?
Okay, Mr. White.
Not that I'm really worried, you understand, Kent. It's just that...
Well, frankly, I am worried. The man without a face thought he'd finished Bucky in France. Now, if by any chance he found out that Bucky is still alive...
Don't say it, Kent.
What should I do for you, Mr. White?
Well, we're a little worried about Miss Lane and Bucky Taylor, so...
Oh, you don't have to worry about Miss Lane. She knows her way around.
Yeah, sure. But tell me, you didn't happen to hear her say where she was going, did you?
Well, no, I didn't. All I know is that she and the Taylor kid lit out of here awful fast.
Not much help there, Chief.
No. Well, thanks very much, Brady.
You're welcome, Chief.
Doggone it, I am worried, Kent. Now,
Wait a minute, Chief. Hello, Kent speaking. Call from London? Oh, yes, of course I'll take it.
Who's calling you from London?
I don't know. Hello? Yes, this is Clark Kent. Herbert Calkins.
Calkins.
Oh, how are you, Hawkshaw?
Is that the Scotland Yard man?
Yes, it is. Who was supposed to call you back? I was. Miss Lane? Say, wait a minute. What in the...
What is it, Kent?
Just a minute, Chief. What's that? What house? Where? Well, I'll be... So that's where Lois went.
What about Lois?
Give me that number again, Calkins, will you? Oh, never mind. Just give me the number, please. 233 Mulberry Drive, West Acres. Fine, I'll get right out there. Yes, I'll call you back. Right, so long.
What did Calkins want? What about Lois and Mulberry Drive?
That's where Lois must have gone with Bucky. And unless I'm very much mistaken, they're in trouble.
Racing across the almost deserted city room, Clark Kent stops in the storeroom and peels off his business suit. Then, garbed in the blue costume and red cape of Superman, he throws open a window. Up, up, and away! Leaping high into the starry sky, Superman rockets away toward the house in West Acres, where we last saw Lois Lane and Bucky Taylor as prisoners of the Man Without a Face. What will Superman discover at the house? We'll be back in a moment to find out, so stand by.
Say, gang, isn't it swell fun the way your favorite comic strip characters seem to come to life when you're collecting that new series of comic buttons in packages of Kellogg's Pep? Why, those pictures look so real they could speak. Why, they'll hand you a lot of chuckles the way Goofy and Beezy go tearing around, getting themselves in and out of all kinds of scrapes, and Vitamin Flintheart with this old bottle of pills and that fuzzy fur coat of his. Talk about fun. Well, I can't think of a better hobby than collecting Pep comic buttons and trading duplicates with your pals and wearing your collection on your jacket or your dress or cap. What's more, these Pep comic buttons are so easy to get. You don't send in a single penny, not even a box stop, and you can't buy them anywhere. You just ask Mom to get you some Kellogg's Pep, and you look for your prize inside every package you open. Mom's glad to see you eat lots of Pep, you know, because that means that you're getting extra amounts of vitamin B1, that's an energy vitamin, you know, and good old sunshine vitamin D that helps build strong bones and teeth. Why, Pep is called the Sunshine Cereal. It tastes so sunny and golden, you want to pitch right in and eat hearty. So remind Mom right now to get you some P-E-P, the Sunshine Cereal, Kellogg's Pep.
Learning that Lois Lane and young Bucky Taylor had gone to investigate a mysterious house in West Acres, Superman has streaked from the Daily Planet. And as we join him now, he has just plummeted to earth before the half-timbered English-type house, which stands in the center of dark lawns, hemmed in by tall, thick hedges.
Well, here's the house. Now to see if I... Uh-oh, there's nobody here. Not a soul. That means if Lois and Bucky were here, they've been taken away. But where? Now what do I do?
Perplexed and uneasy, Superman stands before the dark house, his X-ray vision stabbing through wood and stone to explore every inch of it, only to find it empty, deserted, with no sign of Lois Lane and young Bucky Taylor. What has happened to Lois and Bucky, whom we last saw in the hands of the sinister Man Without a Face? As we know, the Man Without a Face has chosen this very night to strike against the World Peace Organization. So what will happen? You won't want to miss a minute of tomorrow's exciting thrill-packed episode, fellows and girls, when Superman really goes into action. So be sure to be with us tomorrow. Same time, same station.
And remember, for breakfast, it's Kellogg's Pep.
For excitement, the adventures of Superman.
Superman Superman is a copyrighted feature appearing in Superman DC comic magazines and is brought to you Monday through Friday at this same time by Kellogg's Pep, the Sunshine Cereal. Say, gang, let me tell you about a breakfast cereal that's fun to listen to and fun to eat. It's Kellogg's Rice Krispies, the Snap, Crackle, and Pop cereal. Sure, you've seen those famous little elves snap, crackle, and pop around in cartoons and on the Rice Krispies package, and you know how they can dish out the crispiness of those golden bubbles of oven-puffed rice. So freshly crisp, they snap, crackle, and pop when you pour on milk. Remind Mom to get you the one and only Snap, Crackle, and Pop cereal, Kellogg's Rice Krispies. And be sure to be with us tomorrow for the thrilling adventures of Superman. This is the Mutual Broadcasting System.
And now, faster than a speeding bullet, Condensed Bat-Supe proudly presents Chapter 14 of The Man Without a Face, as originally broadcast on April 4th, 1947.
Faster than a speeding bullet. More powerful than a locomotive. Able to leap tall buildings at a single bound. Look, up in the sky. It's a bird. It's a plane. It's Superman.
Kellogg's Pep. P-E-P, Pep. Kellogg's Pep, the Sunshine Cereal, presents
The Adventures of Superman. When Superman finds the half-burned photographs of the two major leaders of world peace, he realizes the malevolent plan of the man without a face and the dire peril immediately confronting all those concerned.
Hello there, gang. This is your pal Dan McCullough. Say, it's a pretty sure thing whenever you see several fellows and girls together nowadays that they're talking about those nifty comic buttons in the new series from packages of Kellogg's Pep. Maybe they're comparing notes on how many buttons they've collected. Maybe trading duplicates with each other. Probably both. And someone's always sure to hand those Pep comic buttons a compliment about how clear the colors are, or the sharp outlines of the pictures, or the gleaming white background, or how real those funny paper characters look. Old favorites like Goofy and Beezy, or the Little Moose, or Superman himself. Now, there were 18 different buttons in this new series, so you better get busy. Just ask Mom to get you some Kellogg's Pep. That's right. You don't send in any money, not even a box top. And you can't buy these prizes anywhere. But you'll find a comic button inside every time you open a package of that golden toasted, crisp and fresh, super delicious breakfast dish, Kellogg's Pep. And say, here's something else. Pep is called the Sunshine Cereal. Those good whole wheat flakes give you energy, vitamin B1, and that important sunshine vitamin D that you need so much to help grow strong bones and teeth. Yes, sir, gang. Mom's glad to see you eat lots of P-E-P, the Sunshine Cereal, Kellogg's Pep.
And now the Adventures of Superman. Following a tip given her via transoceanic telephone by Herbert Calkins, ace Scotland Yard detective, Lois Lane, reporter for the Daily Planet, took young Bucky Taylor with her to investigate a house in a metropolis suburb. They had just discovered that the house was occupied by the man without a face, an individual who is known to be planning to destroy the World Peace Organization, when they were surprised and captured by henchmen of the mysterious plotter. A short time later at the Daily Planet, Clark Kent picked up Lois's trail, and as Superman, he streaked to the suburban house. But he arrived too late and found the place dark and deserted. As we continue now, Superman is just completing a thorough search of the house when the doorbell rings. Listen.
Uh-oh, that's Perry White. Better get back into Clark Kent's clothes in a hurry.
Kent! Kent, are you there?
Coming, Chief.
Hurry up! Hurry up!
All right, come in, Chief.
Oh, where's Lois? Where's Bucky Taylor?
I don't know.
You mean they're not here?
That's right. House was empty when I arrived.
Great Caesar, then where are they?
I don't know, but I'll tell
They
you.
ran into trouble, I'm sure of it.
Now, wait a minute, Chief.
Oh, well, then, don't just stand there, Kent.
Well, now, look.
This is the headquarters of the man without a face, and if he's got the boy now,
Will you
and
please
Lois...
slow down for a second? We're not going to find them while you waste time popping your buttons. Now, pull yourself together and listen to me.
All right, but where are the police? I left word for Inspector Henderson, and I thought he'd be here by
He'll
now.
probably be along soon, but we can't wait for him. Now, listen, Chief. I'm pretty sure this was the headquarters for the man without a face.
It was, eh?
Uh-huh.
Well, Calkins said he wasn't sure. Well, what makes you so certain?
Come over to the fireplace. I want to show you something.
Okay. Now, what is it?
Look. A lot of papers have been burned here, see?
Yeah?
But it must have been a rush job, because a large envelope hadn't been properly pushed into the fire, and I managed to rescue it before all the contents were burned.
Swell. Well, what was in it?
Here, wait a minute. Here it is. Take a look at these, Chief.
Photographs. A heap of them.
Right. Recognize the subjects?
Well, let's see. They look familiar, but I don't quite place them.
Well, this one's Luigi Renassi, and the other is Salim Shah.
Hey, that's right. The delegates to the World Peace Organization.
Exactly. Also, they're the two men whose names Bucky Taylor's father mentioned to the boy just before he died, when he started to tell Bucky about the man without a face's plot against the peace organization.
Yes, I remember, but...
Now, notice how many photographs there are of each man, Chief. Dozens of them.
Uh-huh.
Taken from all angles. Some taken on the street. There's some going in and out of stores, speaking at the peace conference, and so on. Now, that indicates that for some reason, somebody must have been following Renassi and Salim Shah with a candid camera.
So what? What are you getting at, Kent?
Just that now I'm surer than ever before that these two delegates, Renassi and Salim Shah, are the keys to the plot against the World Peace Organization.
Oh, nonsense. Renassi and Salim Shah are two of the foremost leaders of the World Peace Movement.
I know that.
Everybody knows that.
Well,
they wouldn't be involved in any plot to wreck the organization.
Very true, but they still...
Oh, then stop wasting time.
Look, I've gone over this house with a fine-tooth comb as carefully as possible, and there isn't a single clue to Lois and Bucky, or to the man without a face to be found, except these photographs.
What do you mean by except these photographs? They're no clue.
Oh, they certainly are. They're our only clue, Chief.
Well, how do you figure that?
Look, I'm convinced that Luigi Renassi and Salim Shah are the keys to the plot engineered by the man without a face, and that they, and only they, can lead us to Lois and Bucky.
So, help me, Kent, I think you've lost your mind.
Why?
Well, you just admitted that Renassi and Salim Shah couldn't possibly be mixed up with a scoundrel like the man without a face.
Right. That is, not to their knowledge.
Oh.
But perhaps without their knowledge.
Well, what kind of double talk is that?
Now, look, I've got an idea, Chief. It's a pretty wild one, I'll admit. But if it works out, we'll find Lois and Bucky. Come on.
Where?
To the Federal Investigation Offices.
As Clark Kent and Perry White leave for the Federal Investigation Offices, the man without a face, who, as we know, is really Count von Luder, is with his two middle-aged, distinguished-looking henchmen, Bergson and Milch, in a magnificent house on a huge estate, only a few miles from the house they so recently departed.
This is a fine place and excellently secluded, Count. Who owns it?
An American friend of mine. One of the men who are supporting my efforts to wreck the World Peace Organization.
Oh, I see.
Tell us, Count, are you planning then to go through with our plan at once?
Of course, Milch. Everything is ready. There is no time to lose.
But the police know now that you are Count von Luder.
Yeah, and they traced us to the house in West Acres. They may soon even trace us here.
Not until it is too late, Bergson, I assure you.
But how can you be certain? They must even now be searching for Miss Lane and Bucky Taylor. Should they discover a clue to us...
Don't worry. I was careful to leave no clues behind. And do not be concerned about Miss Lane and Bucky Taylor. They will be discovered eventually. But it will be too late.
You mean they are to be done away with, Count?
They will be put out of the way tonight. Together with the real Renassi and Salim Shah.
Tonight?
Yes, tonight. At this very moment, Renassi and Salim Shah are attending a dinner and reception at the American State Department. When they leave or when they reach their homes, whichever moment is most appropriate, they will be seized quietly by our agents and brought here.
Ah, good.
They will then be immediately disposed of, and masks made of their faces for you, Bergson, and you, Milch, to wear when you attend the assembly of the peace organization tomorrow, as Renassi and Salim Shah.
Good. The mask is all I need. For 2 years I have studied every mannerism and trick of speech of Salim Shah. We are of a similar stature and age. Listen.
Gentlemen of the World Peace Organization, my government has just cabled me alarming news. I am advised that with the full knowledge of certain delegates here, enemy troops have massed on our borders. Furthermore, they are known to be armed with atomic weapons. Therefore, gentlemen, I tell you the peace organization is a failure and a farce, and I have been instructed to withdraw my country's membership.
Wunderbar, Bergson.
Thank you.
Well done, Bergson. You sounded exactly as Salim Shah. Now, Milch, let me hear you as Renassi.
Gentlemen of the World Peace Organization, I, Luigi Renassi, have also received a communication from my government advising me that early this morning foreign planes appeared over our capital and dropped atomic rocket bombs.
Here, here!
Delegates of the offending nation sit here today in full knowledge of that fact. but they have kept slyly silent. Therefore, gentlemen, my government not only withdraws from the World Peace Organization, but authorizes me to announce a declaration of war upon the two offending nations.
Wonderful, Milch. With the mask of Renassi, you would fool his own mother.
Thank you, Count.
Our speeches will be bombshells in the organization assembly, Count?
Yes, the delegates will be at each other's throats. Then will follow other declarations of war, and the World Peace Organization will be split asunder.
And a general war will follow.
That is my fond hope.
Then, while the other nations destroy each other, Germany will rise again.
Exactly. It is midnight. Our time is at hand, gentlemen. Tonight, in a short while, we strike.
Tonight, said the man without a face, he and his agents will strike. What will happen? We'll be back in a few moments for the tense climax of today's episode. So stand by.
You know, you fellas and girls in the gang have a lot in common these days. You all like to get prizes, of course, and you're all mighty excited about this new series of comic buttons that now come in packages of Kellogg's Pep. And no wonder. Why, they're so bright-colored, so doggone smart-looking, you get a real bang out of wearing them pinned on your jacket or your dress or cap. There were 18 different pictures of your favorite comic strip friends. Old favorites like Cindy and Chief Brandon, Judy and Corky, and Superman, of course. So opening a new package of Pep is an exciting treat because you get a brand new button every time. That's right, gang. These comic buttons are exclusive prizes in packages of Kellogg's Pep. You don't send in any money, not even a box stop, and you can't buy them anywhere. All you do is to make sure that you keep supplied with Pep. And you'd want to do that anyway, because Kellogg's Pep is the whole wheat flake cereal that makes breakfast such a good start for the day. Why, just the sight of a bowl of those golden toasted flakes of Pep, and you're all set to eat hearty. And when you taste your first spoonful, well, you practically can't resist them. Crisp and fresh and loaded with catchy sunshine flavor. That's P-E-P. The Sunshine Cereal, Kellogg's Pep.
As our story continues now, Clark Kent and Editor Perry White have just left the office of Stuart Morgan, head of the federal investigators assigned to the World Peace Organization, and are riding in a taxi through dark, almost deserted streets.
Fortunately, we've got plenty of time, Chief. Morgan says the reception won't be over for an hour.
What reception, Kent?
The State Department party.
Oh.
See, both Renassi and Salim Shah are there. And I want to be there when it breaks up and they leave.
Why?
Oh, it's just an idea that I'm counting on to lead us to Lois and Bucky Taylor and to the man without a face.
I wish I knew what you were driving at. I'm worried, Kent.
Oh, relax, Chief. If my hunch works... Great Scott.
What's the matter?
Well, that clock on the bank we just passed, it said 10 minutes past midnight.
Wait till I see my watch. Yeah, that's the right time. Well, what about it?
What about it? Well, my watch stopped.
What?
That means the reception is over.
Well, it's only 10 minutes later.
Driver, stop this car, quickly.
Okay, mister.
What's the matter with you, Kent?
Plenty, the reception was over 10 minutes ago. Renassi and Salim Shah may have left.
Well, what if they have? Kent, wait, where are you going?
Oh, for heaven's sake, Chief, let go of me, will you? Every second counts.
Nothing doing. I won't let go until you explain yourself.
But look, Chief,
Don't give me an argument. Just tell me.
I've got to get Superman.
Superman?
Yes.
Well, how do you expect to do that?
Well,
I think you're out of your mind.
Oh, Chief, don't you realize...
I realize that you're trying to brush me off, and by George, I'm not going to let you do it.
Okay, you win, Chief. Now, get set for the shock of your life.
What did Clark Kent mean when he promised Perry White the shock of his life? Is it possible that due to the urgency of the situation, he has decided at last to reveal his true identity to the gray-haired editor? As we know, Superman is correct in his hunch that Renassi and Salim Shah, the men of peace, are the keys in Count von Luder's plot against the World Peace Organization. But now, not only the fate of the peace organization, but of Renassi and Salim Shah and of Lois Lane and Bucky Taylor rest on the speed and might of Superman. What will happen? Monday's episode tells most of the thrilling story, fellows and girls, so don't miss it. Be sure to tune in again Monday. Same time, same station.
And remember, for breakfast, it's Kellogg's Pep.
For excitement, the adventures of Superman.
Superman is a copyrighted feature appearing in Superman DC comic magazines and is brought to you Monday through Friday at this same time by Kellogg's Pep, the Sunshine Cereal. Say, gang, here's an easy question. What's the Snap, Crackle, and Pop cereal? Why, Kellogg's Rice Krispies, of course. The only cereal so crisp it goes snap, crackle, and pop in milk. You know, whenever you see those famous little elves, Snap, Crackle, and Pop, in the cartoons or on the Rice Krispies package, you think of how crisp those golden bubbles of oven-popped rice can be. And when you hear their song of crispiness in your cereal bowl, boy, you know that you're in for some good eating. Yes, sir, it's the one and only Snap, Crackle, and Pop cereal, Kellogg's Rice Krispies. And be sure to be with us on Monday for the thrilling adventures of Superman. This is the Mutual Broadcasting System.
It's time for a Condensed Bat-Supe Extra Helping, because sometimes, a child really will lead them. Klaatu, in his guise of mild-mannered, boarding house resident, Mr. Carpenter, has befriended young Bobby Benson and is getting a tour of Washington, D.C. He's also getting valuable information. Will he use that information for good? It's Act 2 of The Day the Earth Stood Still, from the Lux Radio Theater, as originally broadcast on January 4th, 1954.
Act 2 of The Day the Earth Stood Still, starring Michael Rennie as Klaatu and Jean Peters as Helen Benson.
It is early evening of the same day. Tom Stevens and Helen Benson drive up to the boarding house after their picnic, quite unaware of the dark squad car parked at the curb a few feet ahead.
Well, here we are.
Thank you, Tom. It was a wonderful day.
You, still haven't answered my question.
Oh, you know how I feel, Tom. But I still want time to think it over.
If I could only tell the boss I was getting married and acquiring 2 dependents.
You're a good salesman.
A good salesman wouldn't give you time to think about it.
Good night.
Didn't you forget something? Now, good night.
Good night.
Night.
Oh, Mr. Carpenter.
Hi, Mom.
Hello, darling.
Mrs. Benson, this is Mr. Brady.
How do you do?
How do you do?
Well, Mr. Brady's a government agent.
Oh? Did you have a nice day, Bobby?
We had a swell time, didn't we, Mr. Carpenter?
Yes, we did.
We went to the movies and had a banana split, and we went to see Daddy.
Oh, I don't know how to thank you, Mr. Carpenter.
I enjoyed every minute of it.
We better get going.
Yes, good night, Bobby.
Good night.
I'll tell you the rest of that story tomorrow. Good night, Mrs. Benson.
Good night.
Nice meeting you, Mrs. Benson.
Thank you.
Why did Mr. Carpenter have to go with Mr. Brady?
I don't know. Maybe it was a mistake. Upstairs with you.
Yeah. We sure had fun today. We went all over Washington, and we went to see Professor Barnhart.
Professor Barnhart?
Oh, sure.
Barnhart? Up to bed now. Pronto.
Is this the man you want to see, Professor Barnhart?
Oh, thank you, Mr. Brady. If I may speak to Mr. Carpenter alone, please.
I'll wait outside, Professor.
You are Mr. Carpenter?
Yes, Professor.
Who wrote those equations on my blackboard?
My clumsy way of introducing myself.
Forgive the manner in which you were picked up. Hilda called the police before I saw your annotations on the board.
I appreciate the need for security, Professor.
I have not quite fathomed the problem, even with your remarkable assistance, Mr. Carpenter.
Let's look at it, sir. All you have to do now is substitute this expression at this point.
Yes, that will reproduce the first-order term, but what about the effect of the other terms?
Negligible. With variation of parameters, this is the answer.
How can you be so sure? Have you tested this theory?
I find it works well enough to get me from one planet to another.
Klaatu.
I spent 2 days at your Walter Reed Hospital. I was interviewed variously.
I need no proof. This blackboard is proof.
If you're not interested, or if you intend to turn me over to the Army, we needn't waste any more time.
Interested? Will you excuse me one moment, please? Mr. Brady, you may go now. Please thank General Cutler and tell him that I know this gentleman. So much for that, Klaatu. Now, please sit down.
You have faith, Professor.
Faith and curiosity. Do sit down. I have several thousand questions to ask you.
I would like to explain my mission here.
That is my first question.
It was my hope to discuss this officially with all the nations of the world. I was not allowed the opportunity. Now, we know from scientific observation that your planet has discovered a rudimentary kind of atomic energy. We also know that you're experimenting with rockets.
Yes, that is true. What exactly is the nature of your mission?
To warn you that your planet faces danger. What I have to say must be said to all concerned. I come to you as a last resort. Must I take drastic action in order to get a hearing?
What sort of action do you mean?
Violent action? Perhaps leveling the island of Manhattan? Or toppling the Rock of Gibraltar into the sea? Well?
Would you, for example, be willing to meet with a group of scientists I'm calling together? We're having our first meeting tonight. Perhaps you could explain your mission to them, and they in turn could present it to their various peoples.
That is what I came to see you about.
One thing, Klaatu. Suppose this group should reject your proposals. What is the alternative?
There is no alternative, Professor. In such a case, the planet Earth would have to be eliminated.
Such power exists?
I assure you such power exists.
The scientists who are attending these meetings have come here from all over the world. Now, this power you speak of, they must be made to realize that it exists. Now, you mentioned a demonstration of force.
Yes.
Something that would affect the entire planet?
That can be arranged.
Perhaps a little demonstration.
Something dramatic but not destructive. It's quite an interesting problem. Would tomorrow be all right?
If you say so.
Say about noon?
Then tomorrow at noon. Good.
Going out tonight, Mrs. Benson?
Oh, it's you, Mr. Carpenter.
I'm afraid I startled you.
Yes, I am going out. Mr. Stevens is calling for me.
Everyone seems so...
Jittery is the word.
Bobby's the only person I know who isn't jittery. He's a fine boy, Mrs. Benson.
Naturally, I think so.
Warm, friendly, intelligent. He's the only real friend I've made since I've been here.
Mr. Carpenter, this is none of my business, but why did that detective come here last night, that Mr. Brady?
Bobby and I tried to see Professor Barnhart in the afternoon, but he wasn't in. Apparently they thought I was looking for secrets of some kind.
Oh, that must be Tom now.
Oh, Mr. Stevens, do come in. Helen is in the sitting room.
Alert Mrs. Crockett. She has a romantic mind.
Hello there, Helen. Got a minute to spare. You ready? Hello, Carpenter. Picture starts at 8:50 on the dot, Helen.
I'll be ready in a minute. I was just talking to Mr. Carpenter.
Oh, I hope Mr. Carpenter won't think I'm intruding.
Excuse me. I was just going up to my room. Good night.
Good night, Mr. Carpenter.
Have a good time, both of you.
Thank you. Tom, that was awful.
I'm sorry. I guess I'm just tired of hearing about Mr. Carpenter. Mr. Carpenter. Shh. I don't like the way he's attached himself to you and Bobby. After all, what do you know about him?
Very little, it's true. Well, let's not stand and talk about it anymore. I'll go up and get my things.
Gee, Mr. Carpenter, thanks a lot for helping me with my homework.
That's all there is to it, Bobby, my boy. All you have to remember is first find the common denominator, then subtract.
I got you. Thanks, Mr. Carpenter.
I'm leaving with Tom, Bobby. You'll go to bed on time now, won't you?
I'll say good night again, Mrs. Benson.
Mr. Carpenter...
Yes?
Nothing. Good night.
Good night. Night, Bobby.
Bobby, I think it would be better if you didn't see quite so much of Mr. Carpenter.
Well, gee, why, Mom? He's swell. I like him. And he's awful good at arithmetic. He even helped Professor Barnhart.
Well, I'm sure he's a very nice man. I just think he might prefer to be left alone. Now, go to bed, darling.
But why would he want to be left alone?
Don't forget to brush your teeth.
Come in.
Bobby, do you have a flashlight I might borrow for tonight?
Oh, sure, Mr. Carpenter. It's a real Boy Scout one.
Thank you, Bobby.
Why do you want it?
The light in my room went out. See you tomorrow. Better get into bed now.
Gee, I wonder if the batteries are any good. Mr. Carpenter!
Bobby went to the door and opened it. What he saw down the hallway puzzled him. Mr. Carpenter's door was ajar and light was pouring out of his room.
Funny. He said his light went out.
Then Mr. Carpenter came out carrying the flashlight and stealing down the steps like a thief. This was peculiar, but this was adventure. Bobby followed Mr. Carpenter, and what he saw couldn't have been a dream. It was too real. But it couldn't have been true either. It was too deliciously frightful. Dream or not, it was filled with darkness, stung by staccato flashes from a genuine Boy Scout flashlight. Flashes that activated a giant robot into knocking out his guards, so that Mr. Carpenter from the boarding house could get into the shed the Army had built around the spaceship. And dream or not, Bobby saw this Mr. Carpenter go into the spaceship. And then a wave of sheer terror swept over Bobby at last, and he turned and ran wildly away, the way little boys always run in nightmares, trying so hard and moving so slowly and all the time falling down. It was awful. It was swell. When his mother came home around midnight, Bobby was curled up on the sofa. Instantly, he jumped up and ran to her and to Tom Stevens as they came into the hallway.
Mom, listen.
Bobby, what are you doing down here at this hour, fully dressed?
Hello, Mr. Stevens. Mom, I had to tell you.
Tell me what?
What's the matter, Bobby?
I followed Mr. Carpenter tonight, right after you left, and gee, where do you think he went? Right into the spaceship.
Now, Bobby, just 1 minute.
Honest, Mom, I saw him. They got a shed built around the spaceship so nobody can get to it. But Mr. Carpenter flashed a signal to that Iron Man up there, and what do you think?
Bobby, have you been dreaming again?
Well, sure.
No, Mom, honest, I haven't. I promise you, I saw it.
Where did you see all of this?
Well, I'm telling you, on the lawn down at the mall. In that place where the soldiers are all out in front.
And where were the soldiers all this time?
Well, that robot fella grabbed him and knocked him out.
Oh, Bobby.
Yeah, and then Mr. Carpenter walked into the shed, and the spaceship opened up, and he walked right inside, and it closed again. Gee, I like Mr. Carpenter, but I'm scared, Mom.
Oh, darling, it was just a bad dream. We'll prove it to you. Tom, will you see if Mr. Carpenter's still up? Ask him to come down here a minute.
Helen.
Yes, Tom?
Helen, he's not there, but look what I found on the carpet.
It can't be a diamond, can it?
I don't know.
But it's much too big.
Oh, but it looks real to me.
Oh, Mr. Carpenter's got lots of them. He gave a couple of them to me. Here.
He gave you these?
Well, not exactly. I gave him $2.
I don't know, but this whole thing, it just doesn't make sense. Look, Helen, do you think it's all right for you to stay here?
There's a strong lock on my door. And Bobby's going to sleep in my room tonight.
Okay.
Upstairs, nightmare boy.
It wasn't a nightmare.
Bobby.
Yeah, Mom?
Bobby, your shoes are soaking wet.
Yeah, grass on the mall was kind of wet. Good night, all.
Oh, Tom. I wonder.
Klaatu had promised what Professor Barnhart termed a little demonstration. Promised it for the following day at noon. It is now 2 minutes to 12. In the Department of Commerce building, Helen Benson has left her office on her way to lunch. She stands in the corridor waiting for an elevator.
Mrs. Benson.
Mr. Carpenter, what are you doing here?
I came to see you.
Well, I was just going to lunch. What is it?
I saw Bobby this morning before he went to school.
Yes?
I want to know what he told you.
Oh, Bobby has such an active imagination.
Did you believe what he told you?
Really, Mr. Carpenter, this is where I work, and I only have a short time for lunch today. If you'll excuse me...
I'll go down with you.
If you like. The service elevator's open. You'll have to press the button, Mr. Carpenter.
Oh, yes.
It was just 5 seconds before noon of that fateful day when Helen Benson and Mr. Carpenter stepped into that electric elevator. At that same moment, the enormous commerce of our briskly modern world roared and thundered in the streets. "5 seconds to noon. 4 seconds. 3 seconds. 2 seconds. 1. 0. High noon. And silence. All over the world, traffic stopped dead in a million streets. Here and there a horse-drawn vehicle clopped its melancholy way among the motionless motors. Bicycles moved before awe and the common desolation made the riders stop of their own free will. Electric clocks stopped on the dot of noon. All across the powered world, the machines stood still. Toasters failed to pop and battle fleets on maneuvers drifted aimlessly on their dead propellers. Joe Smith's milkshake didn't spin, and the humming turbines deep in Hoover Dam didn't produce current. Mrs. Housewife's washer stopped in the middle of its cycle, and electric lights went out all over the world. At a conference table in Washington, a hasty council of the armed services was held.
As far as we can tell, gentlemen, all electric power has been cut off all over with few exceptions, and even these exceptions are remarkable. Hospitals, planes in flight, that sort of thing. I wish I could be more specific, but all communications are out. I can tell you that we are preparing to declare a state of national emergency, but before we start discussing plans, I want a report from Colonel Ryder.
All I can report, General, is that the robot at the spaceship was discovered to have moved last night. It knocked unconscious the 2 soldiers guarding the entrance to the shed the Army engineers had built around the spaceship, indicating that someone, presumably the spaceman, had wanted to get into the ship for one reason or another.
In all likelihood to signal for this demonstration of his planet's power. Go on, Colonel.
Well, that's all, sir.
Well, gentlemen, until now, we've agreed on the desirability of capturing this man alive. We can no longer afford to be soft in this matter. We will get him alive if possible, but we must get him. Is that clear, gentlemen? Dead or alive? Get him.
Well, that wraps up this episode of Condensed Bat-Supe and the next 2 chapters of The Man Without a Face from The Adventures of Superman, plus the 2nd chapter of The Day the Earth Stood Still from the Lux Radio Theater. Thanks for listening. Be sure to tell your friends to subscribe to Bat-Supe on their favorite podcatcher, but we can also be found on YouTube and Facebook. We'll see you next time for another exciting edition of Condensed Bat-Supe as we conclude The Man Without a Face and The Day the Earth Stood Still. Until then, up,
Another 5-minute mystery.
Well, Alice, one more block and you'll behold the Brooks household.
2 whole years, Jim. It just doesn't seem possible it's been so long. You and Dorothy married and with a place of your own.
That's true, all right. Only too bad you haven't taken advantage of the old Brooks hospitality sooner.
Well, I'm here now, and I intend having a perfectly wonderful time.
Now, here we are.
Oh, what a charming place this is.
Dorothy's probably on needles and pins waiting for me to get you here. Darling, it's Jim. Here's Alice.
Jim, look.
What? Where?
There on the living room floor. It's Dorothy. Dead.
Mr. Brooks, I'm afraid you and Miss Manning will have to submit to some routine questioning.
Well, I'll be happy to help in any way I can, Inspector.
Thank you, Miss Manning. Now, Mr. Brooks, while we're waiting for some information I phoned for, I want you to tell me exactly what happened this morning.
There's nothing much to tell. Both my wife and I were quite excited, expecting Alice, that is, Miss Manning here, to visit us from Chicago. I was to wait until she called me at the office.
And you were there all morning?
Yes, until Miss Manning's train arrived and we came out here.
Well, I had written Mrs. Brooks, Inspector, telling her that I'd call Jim at the office as soon as I arrived. The train was an hour later. He could have been here earlier and maybe have prevented this.
Well, that remains to be seen. Apparently, Mrs. Brooks was sitting here in this chair, putting red polish on her fingernails, when she was shot from behind. The polish is spilled all over the carpet, and she was still holding the tiny brush in her hand. She must have recognized her attacker, and since she did not die instantly, she printed these 3 initials here on the floor with the polish. D.O.C.
D.O.C. I wish we could tell whose initial she was trying to reveal.
You're sure you don't know anyone whose name would fit that?
Well, positive, I can't...
Why, that's...
Yes, Miss Manning? Can you think of somebody with the initials?
Well, D.O.C. spells Doc, and it's Mr. Brooks's nickname.
Well, it can't be.
Yes, Mr. Brooks?
I haven't been called Doc for over 2 years. It was a nickname I picked up in school. My wife didn't like the name and never used it. Nobody in New York even knows me by the Doc. You've got to believe me, Inspector. It's the truth.
Well, that we'll see. Just a minute. Hello? Yes, Grady? Yes? I see. Well, it's sewed up anyway. Thanks. Well, you both will be happy to know our little murder is solved.
Oh, then it wasn't Doc after all.
No, Miss Manning, it wasn't Doc. I'm arresting you, Miss Manning, for the murder of Dorothy Brooks. Why did the inspector arrest Miss Manning for the murder of Mrs. Brooks? In a moment, we'll hear, but first... And now, back to our story.
How dare you arrest me? I was still on the train.
Your train wasn't late, Miss Manning. That phone call just verified the fact. You came out here, murdered Mrs. Brooks, returned to the station, and called Mr. Brooks to pick you up. But that wasn't what really gave you away, Miss Manning. Too bad you didn't know Mr. Brooks was no longer called Doc when you printed those letters on the carpet. The next time you leave a name as a clue to throw suspicion, you'd better get the name right. But of course, there won't be a next time, will there, Miss Manning?